Everyone wants the exact same thing when they start investing: passive income. The ultimate dream of waking up, checking your brokerage app on your phone, and seeing that you made $1,000 this month doing absolutely nothing. No boss, no clients, no extra hours at work, just pure cash deposited into your account from dividends. If you spend more than 5 minutes on YouTube or financial TikTok, people make this look incredibly easy. They throw around the phrase $1,000 a month in dividends, like it is something you can achieve by next Tuesday with just a few good stock picks and a couple of $1,000s. They sell you the dream of financial independence without ever showing you the actual math behind it. But I like to deal with the reality. Today, we are going to do the actual cold math. I'm going to show you exactly how much money you need to invest to generate $1,000 every single month in dividends. We are going to look at different yields, and we are even going to factor in the hidden killers that nobody talks about on YouTube. But more importantly, I'm going to show you why aiming for that $1,000 a month right away is actually the biggest psychological trap for beginners, and the exact step-by-step framework you should be using instead to truly build your wealth over time. Welcome back to Rebuild Finance. On this channel, I document my journey to building a $1 million portfolio. If you want to learn how to compound your wealth over time, make sure to subscribe. Let's get into the numbers. Before we look at the massive numbers you need to generate $1,000 a month, let's make sure we are on the same page about how this cash is actually generated, because most beginners get this completely wrong. A dividend is just a slice of a company's profits paid directly to you, the shareholder. When a mature, profitable company has cash left over, instead of reinvesting all of it, they send a portion to you. You do not have to sell a single share to get that cash. It is literal passive income. But here's the golden rule that you must memorize. Dividends are not free money. When a company pays a dividend, the stock price mechanically drops by that exact amount on the ex-dividend date. If a $100 stock pays a $5 dividend, the stock opens at $95. Your total net worth has not changed. The money just moved from the company's account to yours. Because of this, you absolutely need the underlying business to be strong enough to grow that stock price back up over time. And this is exactly where beginners get destroyed by what we call the dividend trap. They find a terrible, dying company that offers a massive 10% or 12% yield and think they found a gold mine. But if the actual business is failing, the stock price will crash by 20% or 30% over the year. You might collect your 10% dividend, but your underlying capital is wiped out. You're catching a falling knife. To build a real passive income machine, you need to look for 3 specific things. Number 1, stability. You want businesses that have survived recessions without ever slashing their payouts. Number 2, a safe payout ratio. This means the company is only paying out maybe 50% or 60% of its profits and keeping the rest for a rainy day. And number 3, which is the most important, dividend growth. You do not want a flat payout. You want companies that actively increase their dividend by 8% to 10% every single year. So, assuming we are ignoring the garbage 12% yield traps and focusing on high quality, growing dividend stocks or ETFs, how much cash do we actually need to hit the ultimate goal? To make $1,000 a month, you need $12,000 a year in passive income. Let's look at 3 realistic scenarios based on different dividend yields. Scenario 1, the safe, high growth route, 2% yield. If you invest in a broad, high quality dividend growth ETF or focus on massive blue chip compounders, you are usually getting a starting yield of around 1.5% to 2%. Let's use 2% for our example. To generate $12,000 a year at a 2% yield, you need to invest $600,000. Let that sink in. $600,000. Let's be honest, that is a massive amount of money. For a normal person starting out, seeing that number makes the whole idea of passive income feel completely unreachable. So, let's look for a middle ground. Scenario 2, the balanced route, 3.5% yield. Let's say you take a more balanced approach. You buy a highly respected dividend ETF, which historically yields around 3.5%. This is the sweet spot for many investors. To get $12,000 a year at 3.5%, you need $342,000. Now, that feels better and more realistic than $600,000. But let's be real, it is still a ton of money to have invested just to hit that $1,000 a month mark. So, people get impatient and look for a shortcut. Scenario 3, the high yield route, 5% yield. What if you push your risk tolerance, you buy utilities or covered call ETFs that yield 5%? Even at a 5% yield, to make $1,000 a month, you still need to invest $240,000. Yes, that number is more achievable, but by doing this, you expose your entire portfolio to significantly more risk. Your capital growth will likely be very low, and the risk of a dividend cut is much higher. You're actively decreasing your total return just to chase cash flow today. When beginners see these massive numbers, they usually do one of two things. They either completely give up on investing because having $500,000 invested into dividend stocks feels impossible. Or worse, they panic, start chasing garbage, 15% yield stocks, step right into a dividend trap, and completely destroy their portfolio. This is exactly why aiming for $1,000 a month when you have zero or just a few $1,000s invested is the absolute wrong way to look at this. You are setting yourself up for psychological failure. Investing is a long-term game. You do not run a marathon by staring at the finish line 26 miles away. You look at the next mile marker. Your first true, realistic milestone should not be $1,000 a month. It should be $1,000 a year. Let's rerun the math for $1,000 a year. At a safe, balanced 3.5% yield, to make $1,000 a year, you need roughly $28,500 invested. Now, $28,000 is still a solid chunk of money, but it is completely achievable for a normal person. It is not a fantasy. If you consistently invest $500 a month into a strong dividend growth ETF, assuming a standard market return, you can hit that portfolio size in less than 4 years. And this is where the magic of dividend investing actually begins. Because once you hit $1,000 a year in dividends, you unlock the snowball effect through what is called dividend reinvestment plan. When you make that $1,000, you do not spend it. You automatically reinvest it back into the ETF to buy more shares. So year 2, you are not just earning dividends on your own money, you are earning dividends on the dividends you made last year. Furthermore, because you bought quality companies, they are increasing their payout naturally. Your income starts compounding from 3 different directions. Number 1, your own monthly contributions. Number 2, the reinvested dividends buying more shares. And number 3, the companies raising their dividend payout amount. Then your goal becomes $2,000 a year, then $5,000 a year. The timeline starts compressing. The first 1,000 takes the longest, but going from 5,000 to 6,000 happens much faster because the snowball is already rolling down the hill. And let me be brutally honest about one more thing. Doing this through a broad dividend ETF rather than picking single stocks gives you an incredible superpower: peace of mind. When a market crash happens, and it will happen, it is incredibly stressful to hold individual stocks if you do not know exactly what you're doing. You will see a stock down 30% and you will panic sell. But when you own a broad dividend ETF, your psychology changes completely. You know you own a basket of the 100 strongest cash flowing companies in the world. Instead of panicking, you look at that crash as a massive discount. You keep buying, and because stock prices are temporarily lower, you are actually locking in a higher dividend yield for your future. Passive income is real, but it is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It is a slow, methodical process of buying high-quality, cash-flowing assets that pay you more and more over time. If you try to skip the line and chase $1,000 a month with massive high yields, the market will eventually punish you. But if you stay disciplined, focus on total return, and aim for that first realistic goal of $1,000 a year, you are literally buying back your freedom, one share at a time. If you appreciated this honest reality check, hit the like button and subscribe to Rebuild Finance to follow along on my journey to $1 million. Let me know in the comments, what is your current passive income goal? Are you aiming for your first $100 a year, $1,000, or are you already pushing for that $1,000 a month? Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.